Have you ever thought to yourself, there's just way too many things that I need to learn and do if I want to lose weight? I need to cut out carbs. I need to fast. I need to lift. I need to do cardio. I need to get enough protein, yada, yada, yada. And all of it just gets very overwhelming and confusing because I used to think the same thing. I actually went from about 30% body fat all the way down to about 15% 10 years ago. And I've been able to maintain that still. And over the past 6 years, I've coached hundreds of people both in person and online to help them lose weight and keep it off just like I did. And what I found through that is that successful and sustainable weight loss isn't about doing all of these different things. It's actually about doing less. And in today's hustle culture, it can be very easy to get stuck in this mentality that the more that I do, the better or more results that I get. But that's not the case when it comes to lasting weight loss. In this video, I'm going to show you why most people stay stuck with their weight loss goal. And then I'll teach you the number one thing that will lead to most of the fat loss results that you want. So why is more not always better? When I was at my heaviest, around 240 pounds, I was doing the most. I was tracking my food. I was avoiding all of the typical junk food, which was all of the foods that I loved, still do. I was lifting 6 days a week and I was doing Stairmaster for 30 to 45 minutes most days of the week. I was doing too much and my plan was too rigid. It had no flexibility. I was stuck in this all or nothing mentality. One slip up in my mind meant that I screwed everything up. I totally ruined all of the progress that I made, and I let that slip up be my escape from my misery. And yes, I was miserable every single time I tried to lose weight. It was punishment. I was constantly thinking about food. I dreaded going to the gym to do my lift and to do Stairmaster. And I was just exhausted about all of it. And that's exactly why I kept self-sabotaging. I knew deep down that I wanted to lose weight because I hated the way that I looked in the mirror. But I was just so miserable through the process that one slip up became my escape to just let loose. Now I would go into a few months of skipping my workouts, binging all of the foods that I've been avoiding this whole time, and just being super lazy. And that always led to the day where I'd look myself in the mirror and feel absolutely sick because I just gained back the 30 pounds I worked so hard I busted my butt for. It was always a cycle of lose 20, gain it back. Lose 50, gain 40 back. Lose 30, gain 30 back. Until one day, I remember this clear as day. I looked in the mirror and I made the decision that I will not let this happen again. And that was my turning point. And if you've gone through this cycle before, or maybe you're going through it right now, I want to encourage you that it's not you. It's the method that you're choosing in order to try to lose the weight that's the problem. And I hope this video inspires you to think about this weight loss thing differently, to try different approaches, and to be open-minded about this. And that's what we'll go over now. This is why you keep falling short of your goal. It's because the gap between where you are now and where you want to be, the confidence in how you look, the stress-free life of not worrying about your health, the energy to do what matters to you most, that gap is just way too big, and you keep trying to make that jump and falling short. You go from not watching what you eat at all or not doing any form of exercise to starting a new extreme fad diet or working out 6 days a week, and now you're taking all these pills and supplements. And that's the reason why doing more is the reason why you keep falling off. Is this sounding familiar to you? Let me know down in the comments if this is resonating. So how do we actually make it across to our goal? It's by doing one small step, one small habit at a time, to get over this gap. So what's the number one thing that you can focus on, that you can do right now to get you most of the results that you want? It's focusing on your nutrition and being in a calorie deficit. Even if you didn't work out or focus on anything else, this will get you most of the way there when it comes to your fat loss goal. So this is where you're going to start. So you're probably rolling your eyes mentally right now, like, I knew I need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. So how do you stay in a calorie deficit without being miserable? That's what we'll cover right now. Because it's one thing to say, eat less, move more, or be in a calorie deficit. The problem that you have is you can't stay in a calorie deficit. You don't have the tools, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have what you need in order to do it. So let's go over that now. Here are 3 quick ways to make being in a calorie deficit easier for you. Number 1 is eat more high volume, low calorie foods. Think things like fruit, veggies, and lean proteins. When you fill your belly up with food, it stretches, and that stretch sends a signal up to your brain to tell you that you're full. And this is before any nutrients are broken down or absorbed. So what does that mean? That only happens when you eat enough food, not calories, food. I can easily eat a whole sleeve of Oreos, and that's like, I don't know, 700 calories, 800 calories. And in your stomach, after you chew it up and broken down, maybe it takes up that much space in your tummy. But if you had a big serving of veggies and you had 6 ounces of chicken breast and then you had a little bit of carbs, same calories, but it will take up more volume, more space in your stomach, which will stretch it out, and then you'll get that signal sent. That's what I mean by food, not calories. Number 2 is to build meals that you enjoy. If you hate your food, you're never gonna stick with it. So stop eating boring and bland foods. Season your foods really well. Use low-calorie sauces. Make it taste good. It's also important for you to learn more about what types of foods you can include into your plan to fit your goals that also taste good. I'll give you an example. I love pasta, especially creamy ones like Alfredo. That's my favorite. But generally, pastas are very high in calories. We just started making recipes from this creator called Stealth Health, and this is Meat Lover Pizza Mac and Cheese. Here's the macros and calories on screen, and the base of the pasta sauce is blended up cottage cheese. It's creamy, it's cheesy, it's delicious, and cottage cheese is an amazing source of lean protein. Lastly, number 3, plan ahead. A little bit of structure and planning goes a long way to make sure you avoid those oopsie calories. Spend a day to cook your proteins, your veggies, or your carbs, whatever you need for a few days or even the whole week. Also, have your lunch packed and bring a little bit of snacks if you find that you always get hungry between your meals. And that will also help you avoid going to the break room every few minutes to grab some snacks. Having these things put into place, you're setting yourself up for success. This helps you be proactive about your goals instead of being a victim of your environment or your circumstances. Take your power back. This is your life. These are your goals, and you do have the power to make change in your life. It's one of the best things that I ever decided to do for myself, and I know my clients feel the same. If you want a whole list of lean protein sources and a way for you to start losing weight without needing to track your food, I'll leave a link to my no tracking fat loss method guide down in the description. So before you go out thinking you need to do all these different things, just remember that more is not always better. Start small, focus on one habit at a time, and add things as you feel comfortable. That's how you'll build real momentum. If you want more guidance of how you can lose your first 10 to 20 pounds without counting your calories, check out this video next. I'll see you over there.